Good morning, Paleo Keepers, and welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom. Now, when Update 12 came out and I saw those logs, I said I was definitely going to be trying to make the log viewing gallery from Jurassic World Evolution 2. And yeah, long and behold, that's what I'm doing right here. It's really cool as well. I'm loving these logs. They do look a little bit stretched out once they've when you've made them really big. But however, you can like change the color ever so slightly, add a load of plants to it, and it does change that overall look in the end and actually makes it look really cool. And I had a lot of fun making this. I think I spent over an hour making this, just like going around trying to find which bits kind of made it look well, going back and forth between my reference picture and trying to make things look as close as I can get. There's probably some things that I could have changed about it, but in the end I actually really like the way it looks, so I didn't change anything to the point, like obviously there's too many window bars here. I could have messed around with it, made it simple, but then I actually really like the look of the amount of window bars there are. This bit looks kind of weird as well, but again, once you've changed the color and you've added like greenery to it, it does fit in a lot better. Obviously this is technically a fake log and a man-made structure, so it doesn't have to look 100% natural. Also, you can see the different size of grains from where it's stretched. You got some bigger areas, some smaller areas, and yeah, in the end as well, I do move the supports a little bit inwards. They're a bit further out than I actually liked, and they look a lot better when they were closer, so you'll see that a little bit later on. But again, I just had a lot of fun making this. I had tons of fun just kind of experimenting. As you can see, it is really sped up, so this video isn't going to be like a 20-30 minute video. And as I mentioned in live streams, everyone always asks me like, what's the difference between this and Jurassic World Evolution and which is better? Now, there isn't really an answer I can give as which is better, because they are both good in their own right and kind of have different niches that they fit. Obviously, for me, I find Jurassic World Evolution a quick, easy build. Like, it doesn't take hours to make a really nice enclosure or zoo, whereas like I spent like over an hour on this building alone, and this is just to go inside of an enclosure. So that kind of gives you like a big grasp of difference when it comes to game. This game is a fair bit of a grind. You can spend over an hour making one item, and then you still haven't even done the enclosure that item's going in. And again, that also changes the thing up. You can play this game the way you want to play it. You can make everything from scratch, spend that time, or you can go to the workshop and find some things. For example, this right here. This is Heist's security camera, and it looks so cool. Originally I was going to make one, but when I actually come across this in the workshop, I was like, you know what, that's so cool, and I'm going to add it. And it kind of saved me a lot of time trying to make my own security camera. So shout out to Heist there with this really awesome security camera. And I definitely enjoyed like the way it looks. It's really detailed and quite nice, and adds a lot to my build, because if you look at the actual one in Jurassic World Evolution, they have security cameras watching the events, as well as, I'm guessing, what is meant to be the staff or emergency exit or entrance. I don't know what kind of emergency you want to be, because you'll be escaping a fire emergency to go into a whole different type of a emergency, especially when this is used in the film to be stuck in a T-Rex enclosure. But yeah, honestly, I had so much fun making this, just adding all those extra little details which made this build stand out so much. Now, at the end as well, I show off a few different things of how I'm going to incorporate this into some builds. Kind of very experimental, because now, as cool as this looks, in Jurassic World Evolution there is a tunnel system which like takes your guests from there and into this building. My guess there's some stairs within the legs themselves. Now, I'm unsure on this game how to kind of make it so guests can easily get into it without changing the look of this building. But again, we'll go into the works of that towards the end when I show some clips of it being inside of enclosures. But again, let's see that as the vent area, again using that camera. And then we went on to somewhat decorating the inside a little bit more because we kept it nice and plain until now. And it was a little bit of a battle to get everything right. As you can see, like I'm trying to make it so that pole wasn't going all the way through, and I was kind of like battling different bits. And then we brought the inner walls in, so then there's like another door there. It kind of makes the whole build look neat. If anything, if I don't end up using it for like an actual enclosure in the sense of where it's usable, it kind of makes for a really cool decoration. Now, I did go on the workshop to try and see if anyone made some almost accurate looking guests that we can place down, but unfortunately I hadn't struck gold yet, so I could try and make my own. But looking at some of the builds when people make realistic looking like animals that aren't in the game, it looks like it's going to be a monumental task trying to make a fake guest that looks like the guest to have it stood in here. If someone knows in the workshop that there is a fake guest, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to be able to add them to this, especially if I'm not going to be making it usable and it being more of a decorational viewing gallery with inside of an enclosure. But like I said, we do have a good stab at it, and if you have any ideas what you think will look good in a way of integrating it so customers can actually use it, this build is in the workshop. I'll leave a link in the description if you're watching this on the tube. I don't think links work like that on TikTok if you're watching it on there, so yeah, fingers crossed though. You can easily find it. I'm pretty sure I just named it Viewing Log Gallery or Jurassic World Evolution Viewing Log Gallery. I think I kept it really simple. But yeah, this is the point where I start adding like loads of plants to it, trying to make it so that the plants aren't completely stabbing inside of the actual structure itself. And this really goes into like kind of masking the stretch marks of it. And I see just changing the color there, it makes it pop. It makes it look so much like alive, and you can it's harder for you to notice the stretchiness of this build, let's put it. And it had so much fun. Just decorating it, I copied and pasted a lot of different areas just to make it like a little bit easier on myself, because like I said, I spent ages making this, and then I went around adding the vines that kind of dangle underneath, which was it was good fun doing that, like just stretching them out, trying to make them look realistic and sort of fit in quite well. And it just added that kind of look to this log that just makes it stand out and also kind of camouflage within your builds. But it really does show that this game, imagination is your limit. Now, I've seen some crazy things in this game, from like Bionicles to the Imperial Star Destroyer. You can really make anything. This is one of the things I'm showing you, like how I was like going to incorporate it so it looked a bit natural. So this one's my favorite choice at the moment. You just extend it, add another one to it, have it go right to the wall of the enclosure, and have your guests to be able to walk in it that way. Obviously, having things within these structures do help to bring guests into them, like the goggles and that. And this one right here, I made it so it was an underground tunnel, but then I was like, oh yeah, how do I get them up to it? So I hid a wooden stair structure to the side and had a path. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. Until next time, I'll see you later.